What is your current relationship status?
I am in a relationship right now.
And care to share who your significant other is?
DJ Airy.
Who just so happens to be off camera to the side of
She
you
does. She's
during
in
this interview.
here. Yes. She's
Now,
in here.
just to dive into this relationship a little bit further, what are the titles between you two considered at this point?
Girlfriends.
And how long have you been, how long has that title been official between you two, lengthwise?
Officially official since November. But we've been dating, which, that's stuff you people don't know about dating. We've been dating since like late May, early June.
And that is all in reference to 2023.
Yes. Yes.
Now, how did you two meet for the very first time?
I don't know how we met for the first time. She's a DJ, so like I've seen her out and stuff, but as far as to meet on the level of talking, she was DJing at a little pool party that my friend was shooting a video at, and I just went up to her and talked to her, and then she was like, "Oh, we finna go out." I'm like, "Okay, cool, we all going out." End up going out, and then the liquor got in, and I just get to talking. I got a little bold, and I just started saying some shit I probably ain't had no business, and that's just been that from there.
So, just for further clarification, would you say you initiated this relationship?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And would you say that's also an answer to this next question of how you shot your shot, so to speak?
We was so we have been out. We was probably at leaving the second club, maybe going to the third. I don't know. It just was a night. We was out. And that liquor kicked in, and we was drunk, and we just was vibing. And she didn't even know I like girls, which was the crazy part. But, so yeah, that's why I shot my shot. And then, once that liquor kicked in, I literally just text her. And I'm like, I really just want to fuck. And that's where I thought I was at. And then it's, what's this? March 2024?
Yes, March 3rd to be exact.
Yeah, we're here in Atlanta.
Now, what attracted you to her?
She's really pretty, and I liked her vibe. She just was dope. And then we vibed the first night. We had fun, so it was just a good time.
Now, speaking of dating, can you describe what that first date was like?
Date or the first
yes,
day?
The first date.
I don't consider that a date.
So whatever that first date you consider, can you describe that first date?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even know what was the first official date because that weekend, we was just really doing some childish ass, staying out till 6 in the morning ass. Today, if she would be like, let's stay out till 6 in the morning, hell no, I'm not staying out. But that weekend, it was just oh, what you doing? Where you wanna go next? Where you wanna go next? You can't come to my house yet, so where we finna go? Type shit. So I don't even know what was the first official date after that, because that weekend was a lot. We probably went to 10 clubs that weekend.
Now, who said, I love you first?
I think I had texted her and it was if you love me, just say that. I just wanted her to say it.
And does she text that answer back, or does she call or FaceTime you back with that answer?
She said, girl, if you love me, just say that. Don't try and force me. But I think she ended up saying it. I think.
Now, you're in the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the music industry.
Yes.
What is your opinion of that? Dating someone, being in a relationship with someone in the same industry, because there are some that avoid having a significant other in the same industry, whatever that industry may be.
So, you know how they say opposites attract? I am not a believer in that at all. I'm a firm believer of dating somebody that you mesh with, that's in your lane, your avenue. Even we talked earlier about friends. You know what I'm saying? Opposites, no, do not attract on any level to me. You have to have people that you can relate to, you can bond with, you can, it's just, so us being in the same industry, I think it works. If we ever have issues where it's a little questionable, a little sticky, it's like, okay, just converse about it. And it's like, okay, I didn't know you was feeling that way, whatever, whatever, and it's fixed. But I definitely think it works well because we help each other on many different aspects.
Now, this is a public relationship. You share
Mm-hmm.
this on your social media. She
Mm-hmm.
does too as well. And you've mentioned this previously, but for those in the audience getting to know you for this first time with this portion of questions,
Mm-hmm.
just repeat one more time your screen name on Instagram.
Kayla G _
Now, because this is a public relationship, and
Mm-hmm.
just to be a little bit more specific, in the music industry, you are a recording artist currently.
Yes.
She's a DJ.
Yes.
Is that a conflict of interest at all?
I don't think it's a conflict of interest. I mean, I think it kind of works well. You know, when I have stuff or if I have a show, it's like, okay, this is definitely going to be my DJ. So then that gives her a different audience. And then when she's DJing, she's going to play my music. So that gives me a different audience. So I feel like it crosses well. Once you get on that same page, like initially off the gate, it's kind of like, okay, are you, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to ever feel like someone thinks you're using them or you're using it, you know, either way. But I feel like once you get to that strong enough point, it's like we benefit each other. So, like I say, it works for us, but I mean, I can't speak for everybody.
Now, speaking of music,
Mm-hmm.
have you mentioned her in your music at all?
So I haven't said her name, but I do have a song called Fall Through that I wrote about her.
And is that a song publicly available currently?
It's on our platforms, yes. It's called Fall Through by Kayla G featuring talameshia.
Now, how does that work? Do you create the song and then let her hear it on her own at some point,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe she hits you up like, is this about me type of thing? Do you let her in advance and say, hey, I want to write a song about you or create a song about you? Or how does that work?
No, I mean, I wrote that song and it was at studio. I don't think she was with me that day. I don't think she was. I just wrote it and then I like let her hear it. I'm like, this about you. But other than that, like, nah, sometimes she be at the studio, sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes she might help me, sometimes she don't. That song's about her. Most of my other songs I just enjoy talking shit on. So it's just like, oh, listen to this. But that one song was about her and I think she liked it.
And I had another thought. It just faintly vanished, but I'm sure it'll come back here in a second.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. It was about that song. I can't remember.
It's gonna come to you later. You're gonna be like, fuck.
Yeah. I hate when that happens. But okay, if it comes back during this segment, I'll blurt it out and ask it. But just because she is off camera to the side of you, she's not mic'd up, but can be heard if you want. Do you want to clarify any of these details that she mentioned about you in this portion of questions?
Do I want to clarify?
Yes. Do you want to answer any of the questions she maybe was a little bit off on or refute anything? Or?
Nah, everything that she said, I remember verbatim exactly how she said when we met the I love you question. I didn't know if you was going to remember, but I remember that trying to finesse me, you know what I'm saying? Trying to finesse me. But nah, everything was on point, like, yeah.
Oh, now I remember the question. Okay, about that song. Was that something you knew you wanted to do? You did want to write a song about her and it just so happened to be that song in particular? Or was that spontaneous, random?
It just happened. I got a beat and I was doing it with my homegirl because it's like a little slower beat and my homegirl sings. I do more like ratchet music or fitness music. And I sent it to her and she ended up coming up with a hook and I just was like, ooh, and I just wrote it. So it was definitely random.